CNBC TV18 and Cisco present Digital Resilience Dialogues.
Hello and welcome to CNBC TV18 and Cisco present Digital Resilience Dialogues, a conversation series that aims to bring together IT and business leaders to explore the technologies and strategies powering enterprises to become digitally resilient in an ever-evolving, hyper-connected world. Today, we'll be focusing on data-driven resilience, the Lightstorm advantage. And joining us for this insightful conversation are two distinguished guests. First up is Amajit Gupta, the Group CEO and MD of Lightstorm. Amajit has been working tirelessly to accelerate growth across emerging Asian economies through next-generation digital infrastructure. Next up is Trideeb Roy, the Managing Director, Commercial and Public Sector, India and SAARC at Cisco. Trideeb has over 2 decades of experience in managing businesses, people, partner and customer relationships in India and across the globe. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here today. Trideeb, let me start with you. Cisco has been at the heart of digital transformation journeys across India's public and commercial sectors. And of course, today we're speaking about an AI accelerated and cloud first era. So tell us, how is really Cisco sort of redefining digital resilience to make it more secure, scalable, and of course adaptable in this growing era?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting us here. From Cisco's perspective, digital resilience is much more than security. Cisco believes that if you're connected, you are protected, because Cisco is the largest network company in the world. And we believe that more the connection with devices, more is the threat landscape.
Yes.
And that's how we sort of pivoted from our core technology, from networking to security to AI, which is very tightly integrated. In this digital first era, Cisco has been working with various customers in our enterprise as well as in public sector space to help them not only connect with their core applications, but also to secure them. And the security is much more than the endpoint security. It is more about business continuity. What we are also seeing in today's environment is that the data for the customer doesn't really reside at the core of their data center, it is at the edge. So Cisco has been working with our customers from edge to core to give them connectivity as well as protection from malware and other threats.
All right, and we'll delve deeper into that. But let me go across to Amajit. Lightstorm has rapidly emerged as a key player in powering India's digital economy. From your perspective, what does building future-ready digital infrastructure mean today? And how is Lightstorm shaping up that future that you see?
So I'll start from Cisco's ethos of what's connected has to be secured. And as a company, we just are laser focused on making sure the connected part really works to scale for this massive digital and AI age. For that to happen, it needs to fundamentally be redesigned from the way connectivity was designed to connect phones and fiber at home, which is essentially what Lightstorm is doing. We are a very proud made in India company, pioneering the growth of AI, what I think is monumental, given the pace at which it is growing in India, almost simultaneously with most Western markets. It's never happened in the history of technology, of adoption in markets like India, going simultaneous hand in hand with the Western markets. And we are very proud to be working in this market.
All right, so one follow-up question. What hurdles or what structural gaps or bottlenecks do you really see hindering true digital resilience? And how is Lightstorm working towards addressing these challenges?
So look, fundamentally for us, I think it's an industry challenge to put together best of capital, best of technology, and the ability to reorder, design order thinking from scratch. And that's the challenge also in most Western markets, you'd imagine, with newer data center companies, newer fiber companies solving this problem. The problem with India is the scale and magnitude of what we need to solve for, and at the purchase power parity at which we need to solve for. That makes it even more complex. But that's why it's so exciting, and that's why it's so valuable to find the means to the end of what is hopefully a brilliant journey for this market.
All right. Trideeb, let's talk about India's digital public infrastructure from, Aadhaar to UPI to ONDC. We've created a foundation for inclusive innovation. Now, how do you see Cisco's role in sort of strengthening this foundational layer that we've created, making it more secure, making it more resilient, and of course, more scalable as adoption grows quickly?
I think this is India's moment in the sun as a country with the Digital India mission. Today we have the most connected government in the world with close to 1.4 billion people who are using various government citizen services digitally.
Yes.
From villages to panchayats to towns to mega cities, every citizen is connected either through mobile network or through the government applications. So Cisco has been helping and working with the government to build the largest government sovereign cloud to help our citizens to run various citizen services and government to run their own services on top of that. Not only in the center where the Meghraj cloud runs from the NIC data center, we are also working with the state data centers and the state SWAN to give connectivity to the police station, to primary healthcare, to education.
Okay.
So basically we are right at the heart of connected and digital India, and with the population that India has, I don't think there's any other country in the world can have this kind of scale.
Absolutely. And Amajit, Lightstorm's core philosophy is of building cloud native networks, right? So can you walk us through solutions like Polar and DCI Wave or Polar and Cloud Connect that are designed for value, scale, agility, and sort of explain to us the enterprise graded resilience in this new era of connectivity?
Look, about 5 years back when COVID happened and the world adopted cloud like never before, we sensed an opportunity. That opportunity was two. One is, how does the cloud connect itself to users and enterprise and distribute itself in a large country like India? Second was, how do enterprises and consumers connect to the cloud? I have to give credit to the government. The brilliant government stack that they built, foundationally so strong, would have been another Google or Meta if it was listed, by the way, not spoken about too much in the press.
All right.
That gave us the strength to be able to then find a way to get this whole fabric connected, which meant two things: investments, great fiber resources, reordering network, but most importantly, putting into use what you mentioned, great software smarts which happen in this country. And I'm very proud to say we were one of the first companies in the world to be able to automate optical layer connectivity as if you're ordering food off a Zomato app, literally, which basically means off a glass pane you could commission circuits from here to Marseille and Sydney through the software, including an underlying robotic automation which was indigenously developed here in India at Lightstorm.
Wow.
So that's the kind of automation that we are using, and we think the combination of software automation, network depth, as well as great infrastructure really creates magic to the great things that companies like Cisco provide us with technologies, tools, as well as their innovation which keeps coming all the time.
All right, so that brings us to my next question. How do we really accelerate this shift towards a digitally resilient nation, one which has public services, citizen experiences, enterprise operations that are all really future-proof by design? How do we do that?
I think the fundamental concept of digitization is a business workflow. And as long as a business workflow is well defined, in any enterprise or even in public service, we will be able to build a digital resilient network, digital resilient data center, and digital resilient citizen services. Now, from Cisco's perspective, we have launched flurry of products which helps enterprise and government to build these networks, build these data centers which are AI ready, in the cloud, at the core, at the edge, with our secure access products in security portfolio, or AI Canvas, which sort of helps the customer to sort of have a complete control over DevOps, SecOps, and even applications. So we have sort of integrated our entire workflow into one single technology, from network to data center to cloud, to help the customers grow and scale their applications, scale their infrastructure, and scale their services.
All right, let me now shift focus to NaaS, or Network as a Service, which is gaining significant traction as enterprises look for more flexible, scalable and outcome-driven models, especially in the age of AI and cloud. And both Cisco and Lightstorm has been at the forefront of that. Coming to you, Amajit, from your perspective, really, how is Lightstorm's NaaS model changing the way businesses are now thinking about performance, flexibility, the time to value, especially for AI and data-intensive workloads?
So we came from the paradigm when the best was happening, which is about the cloud growing like it was, and AI really sitting in the horizons to disrupt everything that there was. We changed the networking paradigm and saying it's been far too long, shackled in the past, to the extent that it's never been transformed. Just like the food guys transformed the food tech industry, the car guys transformed the car Uber industry. And we said network should be Uberized too.
Okay.
So essentially, that's the working philosophy of our NaaS product, which is an end-to-end product through which any normal user sitting on a computer terminal can turn up services, turn down services, buy at his will, and completely see the network as it were, just like you're buying food out of a food app.
Well, on that note, it's time for us to slip into a short break on CNBC TV18 and Cisco present Digital Resilience Dialogues. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to CNBC TV18 and Cisco present Digital Resilience Dialogues. We've been in conversation with Amajit Gupta, the Group CEO and MD of Lightstorm, and Trideeb Roy, the Managing Director, Commercial and Public Sector, India and SAARC at Cisco. So, gentlemen, let's pick up from where we left. And Trideeb, my question is for you. You know, Cisco works very closely with customers like Lightstorm to build the digital backbone of modern enterprises today. What role really do collaborations play in co-creating resilient, future-ready digital infrastructure, and most importantly, how is Cisco embedding security across the technology stack to kind of support partners like Lightstorm in delivering trusted and always on connectivity?
I think Cisco is more of a partner to Lightstorm than customer or a vendor. They do work with some of the largest global cloud service providers.
Yes.
And Cisco is one of the key component of their connectivity services that they provide in terms of our service provider routing, in terms of our opticals, in terms of our routed optic network, which helps them to scale and scale at huge capacity. That's number one. Number two is our technology and products that are being used for these kind of solutions, not only for Lightstorm, but for various other service providers, whether it is government or private sector, has security embedded into their system in terms of the port level security is embedded into our routing services. Now the agentic AI as well is getting embedded into our services in terms of doing any kind of tech support when you need when you start using it. I mean, you do call a Cisco TAC number, but then you will have AI-driven tech support built into it for faster response. So it's not only just product, it's a product at scale for Lightstorm and various other service providers for Cisco.
And what do you have to say about this collaboration?
No, I think we're very immensely proud of the collaboration with Cisco. They represent the best of breed in networking, the pioneers for what they do. And of course, they're trailblazing the security landscape. But back to the question of collaboration, I think bigger than ever in the past is the spirit of collaboration to get all of these working. Because technologies was 20 years back putting hardware and software together.
Yes.
In the new cloud and the AI world, it's about getting, you won't imagine even the cooling technologies inside data centers, to the power technologies, to the rack stacking, to the network, to the fiber and the software. And I just outlined 5 different competencies, and therefore the need for collaboration between players who specialize in each of those. And that underlines the age of collaboration, and it also underlines the age of opportunity for startups in India to be able to look at those smaller windows of innovation and create global class. We're very proud that as an born in India company about 5 years back, we now have operations in 7 countries, and we are connecting India to Los Angeles, Japan, Guam, and Australia as we speak, through the seas.
Wow. You know, let me now shift focus to telcos, and traditionally they've struggled with legacy complexity. What foundational models, Amajit, is Lightstorm sort of made in its architecture, operations, or culture that truly enable a cloud-native, AI-ready, future-resilient infrastructure? How have you helped them?
So you talked about traditional telcos, and they have been hit by the deluge called cloud. Because if there were 10 cents of traffic riding a telecom network 10 years back, which is all voice, today 9 cents of it is cloud.
Yes.
And I think the first mantra we embraced was just to follow the cloud and make sure the cloud looks prettier, it looks zazzy, and it looks much better. And we connect the cloud. We brought the cloud to India in ways never before. And that actually, on a more serious level, meant that we need to seriously rethink the design orders of how networks are built, which is quite different for cloud and AI than one which takes to connect towers and connect homes on mobile phones. And once we embrace that fundamental philosophy, we found there are many pieces of technology, including from great players like Cisco, which was available, waiting for somebody to put it together. And that's really the secret recipe of success.
Trideeb, let me come back to you. You know, you work with sectors as diverse as healthcare, education, manufacturing, and of course the government. Tell us, what are some of the unique digital resilience challenges you're seeing across these verticals, and how is Cisco really tailoring its strategy to meet sector-specific needs while still delivering unifying outcomes? How are you doing that?
So let me break this down into a couple of parts. You spoke about digital resilience in certain public sector segments. So let's take healthcare. We work with primary health centers in the country. India has got 600,000 villages, which is connected through the India broadband called BharatNet. And in some of the largest states in India, we are connecting the primary health centers with the hospitals and to patients and citizens of those particular states. That's one. Then when we go to the large hospitals, we are also working with them in terms of the video conferencing consultation of the doctors with the patients who are not in that city or they are far away from that particular location through our collaboration solutions. Education, if you take examples of higher education in the country, which is the IIT or IIMs or even AIMS, in terms of medical education, the entire connectivity for the higher education is on Cisco in terms of the Wi-Fi network, in terms of their computing labs, in terms of their security in the campus, is all driven by Cisco technology. One step lower, if you go to high schools in states, we are doing full digitization of the high schools. There are states where we have connected 32,000 primary schools on Cisco network. And these are the students who have never ever seen a computer in their life. And they are sort of in a connected environment, are able to collaborate with other students in other districts. So whether it is education or healthcare, Cisco technology is driving the connectivity and the digital experience that the patients or the students that they've never ever been exposed to.
All right. My next question is for the both of you. What new technologies or trends are you most excited about when it comes to building smarter and more resilient digital ecosystems? Amajit, you go first.
Obviously, no prizes for guessing it's AI.
Yeah.
But
today, specifically, what in it? I mean, what are we talking about?
So look, if in today's world you can transact payment transactions without blinking an eyelid, and you can actually buy food, that's because the networks are much more resilient than what it takes when the call drops about 30 seconds while you're driving from the airport. That's achieved, done. Now with AI, we think the paradigm really shifts to be able to use thoughtfulness, to use intuition with the brilliant technologies that are being born and adopted, and drive productivity to a level where more with less is a given. And anything beyond is what people strive for. We're pretty proud that we today connect about 125 data centers, 12 cloud regions, 7 countries, and about 8 large cities in Asia. And this is a born in India startup which traversed five years. And it's only because of the tremendous volume of innovation as well as support this market provides as a leadership vantage point for Asia. AI is going to break those barriers down, many orders. To give you an example, we see this growth multiplying itself at least by 6 times over the next 5 years.
Okay, 6 times in 5 years.
5 years from the current datum level. So that's a level of excitement which it provides.
Okay, you agree with Amajit? What are you excited about within AI?
AI, of course, but Cisco, we believe in responsible AI. I think Cisco has been, implementing AI internally the most to ensure that our customers are able to get experience that they need faster and quicker. So it's not only, AI for our customers, it is AI within Cisco for our customers.
Again, picking up from what you just said, so what does digital resilience really mean for you in the context of what's next? Like we were discussing, whether it's AI, 5G, or intelligent automation, and how can organizations prepare sort of themselves to thrive in a more complex and a more interconnected future that you were talking about?
See, well, I do believe that connectivity is still going to be the forefront of digital resilience. As I said before, whatever is connected needs to be protected. But since Cisco is a company which sort of thrives on connectivity, and more you connect, more surface area you create for cyber attacks.
Yes.
So security is the fundamental foundation for digital resilience in today's environment. As we take the next curve or next leap of faith, from AI to quantum, I think we would still continue to see the security as a fundamental foundation for digital resilience to drive business, not only to drive business continuity, but also to protect citizens and customers and employees.
All right. Let's end with the leadership lens. Amajit, in your view, what does it mean really to build with resilience today, not just in terms of networks, but in decision making, partnerships, long-term impact?
So I think, overriding all of the things that you mentioned is this beast called AI, which is striding across both boardrooms as well as engineering rooms. And the trick, in my opinion, is neither to be dystopian or to utopian, but to have a realistic view of what it provides.
Yes.
There are cynics who basically use the technology world to say technology discovers something and then finds a problem to solve with that technology. But in this case, I think we live in times where these technologies are here to stay. They throw up enormous complexities about identity, about security, which are natural questions to be addressed. But the ability for these technologies to really straddle generations and provide shifts which are unprecedented, once in a lifetime opportunity, is very much given. So the winners and the losers will actually be demarcated by who embraces these complexities and rides this, as opposed to sit in the sidelines waiting for that to happen.
Well, on that note, it's time for me to wrap up this conversation. Many thanks to Trideeb and Amajit for your insights. And thank you to our viewers for joining us. In today's age, it is important to build secure, agile and future-ready enterprises to stay ahead in an always-on connected world. Until next time, take care and stay tuned to CNBC TV18.
CNBC TV18 and Cisco present Digital Resilience Dialogues.